pro wrestling, it's very rare that you get a true dream match. Two guys from vastly different promotions or eras with styles so contrasting that it'd be hard to even imagine what it would be like. When matches like these do come together, it just feels like pure magic. Joe versus Kabashi, Terry Funk versus Bret Hart, American Dragon versus Brock Lesnar. It's not even to mention the greatest match of all time, which perhaps one day we'll get to. But there's a match I saw recently that falls into this category. A match at an unlikely show between two wrestlers with differing styles that managed to capture this wonder. I'd like to talk about when the wrestler walked the King's Road, the one and only time when Katsuyori Shibata met Jun Akiyama, and the two set Ryogoku on fire. This match took place on March the 8th, 2005 on a Wrestle 1 card. It was a Wrestle 1 Grand Prix first round match, no less. This dream match type booking wasn't unique to this match, as if you look up and down the card, all together, it was a pretty cursed lineup. This is the same show that featured Mil Mascaras and Terry Funk against Hanma and Nakajima. Bob Sapp taking on Giant Bernard, better known as A-Train or Sweet Tea. Kensuke Sasaki defeating Riki Choshu in 6 minutes and is main evented by the Great Muta taking on Akebono. Against that, this match feels almost normal in comparison. Perhaps the biggest reason I love this match is it features perhaps my favorite match format in all of pro wrestling. The classic established veteran beats the fuck out of a disrespectful rookie trope, seen on this channel before in the Kenta vs. Takayama video. I didn't think I'd ever find a match that surpassed it in that genre. This match blew me away. It starts off fast with a swift kick in the face that is Shibata's swift kick in the face, rushing Akiyama, giving him no time to breathe before dropping him on his head and disrespectfully punting him in the face before lighting him the fuck up with a perfectly placed roundhouse to Akiyama's forehead. Akiyama instantly litters the pristine white canvas with bright red stains as the color flows like wine out of his skull. As we get a close-up, we can see the knot that already formed on his head that the blood quickly trickles out of. Shibata makes the mistake of going after Akiyama, but he unintentionally lit a fire behind the fifth pillar's eyes and promptly gets the shit beaten out of him, sent into the crowd and pelted with chairs before the two meet again in the ring. Having never interacted once before this match, in a single kick, these two have a more heated disdain for each other than almost any big-time feud you'd see anywhere else. There's this moment before they exchange heated strikes in the ring where Akiyama straight up goozles and grabs Shibata by the throat with both hands, Homer Simpson style, as if he's really trying to murder the boy. He tries to return the favor by backdropping Shibata, but Shibata holds on to strangle the life out of Akiyama as the blood spits out of the hole in his forehead onto Shibata's arm. Shibata releases the hold to perform his now patented penalty kick before continuing to bombard him with kicks and knees as he gets up, sending him to the outside. The early advantage goes to Shibata, who continues to go at Akiyama on the floor, to the dismay of the ref, before making a critical error. As he attempts to roundhouse kick Akiyama, Akiyama's able to duck out of the way, leading to Shibata shoot kicking the ring post. It's enough for Akiyama to take the advantage, dropping Shibata onto a table and continuing to go after his leg before flash pile driving him on the cement and repeatedly smashing his head with a chair as he writhes in pain on the ground, defenseless. A measure of payback against the young shooter for breaking his face open. Shibata attempts to re-enter the ring, but is met with a running knee strike from Akiyama, followed by several more to his defenseless opponent before receiving a backdrop suplex. But Shibata is still able to kick out, shooting a disrespectful shoulder out from Akiyama's lateral press at the count of 1. Akiyama takes umbrage to this, immediately locking in a guillotine on Shibata, trying to choke the life out of him, like Shibata had tried in the beginning of the match, but Shibata, still with a lot of heart left, escapes by getting in a series of body shots on Akiyama's liver and rib cage. He kicks him as he's trying to stand, but Akiyama isn't taking that today, charging Shibata for another knee strike that spins him loopy, barely able to hit a wheel kick to the back of Akiyama's head, but he just takes it and drops the whole of his weight down on Shibata with a knee drop before the two start throwing slaps and gritty, sloppy elbows back and forth. This continues until Shibata, using pure force of will, is able to strike Akiyama in the corner, and he hits his hesitation drop kick so hard you can see him spring off the turnbuckle pad and Akiyama's face. Shibata tries to ground him and stretch him out, but the two just brutally pull at each other's hair, whipping their necks back at gross angles, and with every gross wrench is the grittiness of a man who is fueled by sheer spite and hatred. Shibata is able to get off another German suplex and cockily soccer kicks Akiyama in the back before going for it again to his face, but Akiyama has seen that play before, and Shibata has gone to that well one too many times, and is received off the ropes with a patented exploder suplex by Akiyama. This lights a fire under Shibata, though, who responds with a Saito suplex, but that fire has already been lit in Akiyama, who is immediately able to respond with another exploder, and the two are just fueling each other's flames as Shibata is barely able to hit his originally intended penalty kick as the two men collapse in complete anguish. This is wrestling. The two men are throwing bombs at each other that neither man should be able to stand at this point, but the two men somehow are able to, with Akiyama exploiting Shibata's previously injured leg to hit another exploder and wrenching him back in a crossface that Shibata tries desperately but fails to squirm out of, having to resort to the ropes to escape. But Akiyama hasn't forgotten everything Shibata did to him, and similar to Shibata, doesn't give him a chance to catch his breath before bombarding him with knees to the face, only for Shibata to kick out once again at one, with his barely conscious body stumbling back into the striking range of Akiyama's slaps, but Shibata returning them in kindness, almost what it feels like off of instinct alone, before the pain inevitably catches up to him. You can only go off a fire for so long before it dies out. And as he fades into the grasp of Akiyama, he receives yet another exploder suplex. And Akiyama goes off the ropes to strike him again for certain victory. 1, 2, one last show of defiance. In the face of certain defeat, Shibata's light burns brightly one last time, but for all the spirit that he has, his body just can't. Akiyama captures his wrist before dumping him on his head and neck with one last exploder, snuffing his fire out once and for all. And after the match, there's this beautiful moment where Shibata reaches for Akiyama, pulling his hair with what little strength he has left, oblivious to the fact that the battle is now over, and Akiyama feels no sympathy, pushing his limp body back to the canvas before leaving. In the end, it feels like a fight that neither man won. Akiyama walks away angry and humiliated, with the mark of Shibata's fire burned onto his forehead, and Shibata stumbles to the back, beaten and broken, having his lights knocked out and falling at the King's Road. Thank you for watching this video. Please share it and comment if you have any match suggestions of your own. Likes and subscribes are also very much appreciated. And if you wanted to keep up with me, I'm kind of active on Twitter, where I'm mostly just talking about, oh my god, Jesus Christ, Chris Danker's armhole. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.